Greetings everyone, BJ Weiler here for the first of new series of gameplay videos we'll be doing called the Tyrian Adventures. Now this is going to be in honor of course, Guild Wars 10th anniversary, 10th birthday. Of course, Guild Wars, the big game known, being created by ArenaNet, who was comprised of some devs who worked on another well-known MMO called World of Warcraft. So a couple of the Blizzard devs decided to get together and wanted to change how the MMO was created and played, essentially, and in fact change the business model. So around about 2003, 2004, these devs got together and decided to start working on this new MMO that would not require a subscription fee. You would just pay for the game, the initial cost of the game, just like you would a single-player game, and you could play it in perpetuity, whatever that word happens to be, forever and ever, without ever having to pay a monthly fee. And from that, Guild Wars was born. So Guild Wars launched April 28th, as I recall, 2005. And I certainly recall that because that's April 29th was the day I got married, so quite a bit of conflict there, as you might imagine. But regardless, this series will be playing through the original campaign of Prophecies. And as I play through with a brand newly made character, which we'll be creating in a moment or two, I'll be reminiscing my thoughts, my memories, and basically whatever happens to come to mind as I'm playing through the campaign. So we're going to start here with Prophecies, of course. Prophecies was the first campaign released, as I mentioned, in April 2005. At the time, of course, it was only known as Guild Wars. Once the second campaign, Factions, was released 1 year to the day later, the first campaign was then redubbed Prophecies. Of course, the second campaign, Factions, and the third full campaign released in October of 2006, Nightfall. So 3 full campaigns, and of course the 1 expansion that followed Nightfall in 2007, August 2007, as I recall, Eye of the North. So we'll see how things go this year, and perhaps next year we will start a new series called The Captain Adventures, and then the Alone Adventures. But anyway, on with the Tyrian Adventures, Prophecies. Now, of course, this logon screen is a little bit different from the original. The original was just a campfire, and of course at that time you could only create 4 characters out of the 6 primary professions. These are the 6 primary professions that ArenaNet created in the first game. Factions introduced 2 new professions that were specific to that campaign, and likewise, when Nightfall was released, there were 2 new professions specific to Nightfall, for a total of 8 professions all in all. But these are the 6 core professions that could be created in any of the 3 campaigns. Now, each campaign was a standalone campaign, meaning you did not need to have Prophecies in order to play the full game of Factions, and likewise Nightfall. Now, Eye of the North was a true expansion in which you needed one of the 3 campaigns in order to play through it. So each of these 6 professions were available in each of the 3 campaigns, and as I said, Factions had 2 more that were specific to that one, and Nightfall had its own 2. So, first is the decision. I've been pondering this over and over and over. And of course, I have many alts. I already have all professions, so it's not like anything's going to be new to me here. So, ultimately, before I decide to pop on and do our premiere episode here, I decided I would go with my own, my gut here, and go with the Ranger, one of my personal favorites for any game, the Rogue, the Ranger type class. Now, originally when I started, of course, I actually started with a warrior. I was going to make a paladin, a warrior monk. So that was actually my first official character I made in the game. I was actually, so I recall my first remnants here. The reason I actually got into Guild Wars was because I was looking for an RPG that would harken back to the days of wizardry, of the Beholder games, which you can actually view playthroughs of those on this very YouTube channel under the It's All in the Wrist playlist. So take a look back at those where I play through some, some of my favorite classic games. So when I was looking for a new RPG, new game to play, that's what I was looking for. Something that would evoke the memories, the play style of the Wizardry and Eye of the Beholder games, where you would actually have a party of adventurers you would control and play through the campaign with. Now, since those games, the late 80s, early 90s, most RPGs ended up being the lone wolf hero you would play through. It was just your one character you would play through and explore the campaign, and that just wasn't satisfying to me. I wanted that party of adventurers, that party with different professions in it. So when Guild Wars came along, of course, when the MMO genre exploded, or started becoming more well-known, thanks to games like that were produced by Origin Systems, Sony, and of course Blizzard's WoW, I thought perhaps I could find a game within that genre that would evoke it, because inherently MMOs are a party-based game. But it was not until 2005 or 2004 when I started hearing about Guild Wars that I thought I might find the game that would be the closest to capturing that wizardry and Eye of the Beholder feel, thanks to, as we'll see once we start playing the campaign, what they call the henchman system, where you would actually be able to hire NPC henchmen to journey along with you out in the open world. And so I got into the final beta. I actually had to build a computer system to actually play this game, because at the time I just had a dinky laptop and a Windows 98 desktop, which weren't very graphically intensive. So my memories of the final beta weekend was a very pared down, barely able to run graphically game, and I was basically just downloading the client onto the laptop. And so, of course, I built my own desktop in order to be able to play the game, and it's actually a desktop I still use today with good old Windows XP running upon it. I got it up in the living room behind the TV, and I still use that from time to time for gaming and YouTube uploading adventures. Anyway, so we're going with the Ranger class. Like I said, it's one of my favorite classes to play in any game. Plus, I am able to have a pet, which enhances that. So we are going to go with the Ranger. Yes, we will make male this time around. Even though we already do have a male Ranger on this account, we'll go with another one. So here we go. The character creation screen has not changed all that much from whence I remember. That's actually our current Ranger's hairstyle appearance, so we'll go with something a little different here. Something here. Some confidence. Here. classics there, right? Try that one. So for the top knot, how about this one? This one looks a little, I kind of like that one. A little wild and raggedy there. I think we'll stick with that one. Color, what color? Color. We'll make him an older type fellow this time around, eh? Red hair here. Not the too many gray haired ones, although our initial paladin, that warrior, there's a touch of gray in his, so we'll go with gray. Why not? It's me face. Let's see. Too young. Ah, this one. Actually, yeah, that one looks rather nice. There we go. That fits in nicely, I think. Got our skin color. A little bit more rugged here. Right about there. That one a little bit too pale. So yeah, there we go. Rugged tone to him. Next. Got here, bulgy scale. Make him a little bit taller side here. Of course, we will go with the traditional Real Millennium Group color scheme. Real Millennium Group guild color scheme here. For the initial starter outfits. There we go. Next, now character name. Decisions. Let's see. I think I've got some names I can pull up from one of my stories here. Let's me see. Where should I pull up? Actually, I have it. That's not what I want to do here. Let me take a quick look here. Pull up a likely name here. The list here. Here we go. Let's see. Characters. Oh, wow, here's one of my faction character names I picked out from here. Alright, there we go, yeah. Most of the names that actually I play with Guild Wars are actually names that from my novels and short stories that I've written on the side. It's a good one. Something a little different here. Commission, perhaps? Radalian? No, not so much. Zerilon? Zephyrin. Zephyrin. I think we'll go with that. Zephyrin? Not for the last name. In Guild Wars, you actually picked first and last name for your character, which helped keep them unique. Zephyrin Kinjuli. I kind of like that. Is there anything else? Zephyrin Kinsmith. Gorlong, Faco, Falzor. Zephyrin Falzor. Yeah, I think that's Zephyrin. Falzor. Flagship. Flagship. Yes, we will go that. Tyrian Falzor. Sounds quite appropriate, and there we go. Easy as pie to actually come up with an original name for an RPG character, which seems many players nowadays lack the creativity. Okay, Tyrian Falzor, and I presume this should be not taken. And here we go.
The last day dawns on the kingdom of Ascalon. It arrives with no fanfare, no tolling of alarms. Those who will remember will speak fondly of the warm morning breeze. People carry on with their daily lives, unaware that in a short while, everything they have ever known will come to an end.
Scribe?
Yes, my lord.
These Char are relentless, but we shall hold the wall at all costs.
Yes, my lord.
Take this message to Sir Titus. Go forth and recruit the strongest, the smartest. Bring to me the bravest in all of Ascalon. Find me the heroes who will lead our kingdom to glory.
As you command, my king.
And there we have it. Do a little bit of map clearing here. Now this is the tutorial area of the original game, and one of the interesting things about it is that it takes place, as you might have guessed from the cinematic, in one afternoon. Of course, it took me well over a month or two, I think, before I actually left what they call Pre-Searing Ascalon here. And during the course of the video adventure, of course, we will find out why it's called Pre-Searing. Many of you Guild Wars vets know I'm talking about. If anyone's new, we are not going to spoil anything quite yet. You see map clearing, so around about the time Factions was introduced, they came up with the title system. And one of the titles, of course, is for exploration, basically clearing the fog of war from the entire map. Now, most of the stuff I was doing at the time was before titles were implemented, so I was doing all this map clearing, wall scraping. Big one was surviving, which is where your character is not killed during the course of exploration or adventures. You have 0 deaths. We do a /deaths. You have died 0 times and gained 0 experience since death. So at the time, once you died, you lost the ability to get a title which was called Survivor. Because once you died, that was it. And then, of course, they changed things around to where you just needed a certain amount of experience in between deaths in order to gain the title. But I was a survivor long before that title ever came into being. So, Pre-Searing Ascalon. Let's get on with it, shall we? Yes, I am Tyrian Falzor. 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 Good. So we have our first look at Guild Wars. A couple of new NPCs. We can now get our costumes and festival hats in Pre-Searing Ascalon, implemented many years afterwards, of course, from release, relatively speaking, but... So Sir Titus has something for us. Now, of course, this little area here actually is the lead into the PvP zone. So over in this section here, which we can no longer access, is the PvP zone for Pre-Searing Ascalon, which when the time comes we'll get into a little bit more of the history of that. Ah, good. My first quest complete. Been looking for you everywhere, Seferin Falzor. The king has ordered a new offensive against the Cha. This is your chance for glory and adventure, but you'll need to know more about your craft before going north of the wall. Tell you what, travel to the southwest gate, which will take you to Lakeside County. I'll have Artemis the Ranger waiting for you outside. She can show you a trick or two. Why, thank you, Sir Titus. I'm on my way. War preparations. So here's the current map. Plenty of fog of war to clear, as you can see. Ascalon City. Of course, we have a lot of what they call perma-prees here, which are people with characters who stay in pre-searing and never leave the tutorial area. So again, thanks to my classic RPG days, I've always been an explorer, a map clearer, a fog of war clearer, always looking for places to go to see if there are secrets to uncover or just interesting things to see. Small that up a bit more. There we go. A bit more of a screen since I've had to shrink down the size of my screen here just for the recording. Our merchant, which we can buy some stuff once we get some money. As a matter of fact, why I am here, I'm being chased by a Cha. No, it's just somebody with a Cha tonic up and running. We can take the bridge over there too. Flush. Bonus. Ah, yes, excuse the dog. All the pre-order bonus material, as well as a few other things. So, Canton Targe, the Aethys Bow, Warpick, that's a little newer. Bone Idol, Sensors Icon. These were the original North American pre-order bonus items. So, if you actually pre-ordered the game, you went to the store, picked up a little pre-order pack. In it was a code for one of these items. Now the Sensors Icon was the general code, where if you go to a Walmart or Target, that you got the Sensors Icon code. The War Pick was specific to GameStop or Gameplay. Same thing at this boat, Canton Targe Bone Idol. Each one of these was specific to a specific game retailer, which escapes me at the moment. Of course, the Poisonous Dagger Fangs and the Sightful Spirit Binder were the pre-orders for factions, pre-order bonus items, and our Soulbreaker of Enchanting and Fiery Sun Despair of Shelter pre-order for Nightfall. And then these were the Coke Play bonus items here, which eventually, which were, I think, Japanese or something like that, special, which they eventually released as a pack to be able to buy in the Guild Wars store. So we certainly don't need all of this stuff. So what we will keep are our bows, since these are basically max level things. Of course, it does have a requirement to, as you see here, the required 9 spear mastery to be able to do the max, to reach the max stats, essentially, to be able to take full advantage of them. You need to have 8 points in your smiting spears for the sensors icon, that type of stuff. So what we're going to do for the time being is just keep our 3 bows here. I tend to favor this one here. Now, some of the pre-order items, like the Ithis bow, were updated from their original stats to be more useful later on. Some of them were not, unfortunately. Now this came on a little bit later. I think after Eye of the North was released. So you can summon a little fire imp, which would be equal to the level of your character out in explorable areas to help you level up. So I can delete these things, of course, by tapping /bonus again. I can recreate all the ones I still don't have. So we'll just hold on to that stuff for the time being. We'll, of course, actually have a be partying up with somebody else, because part of our exploration here takes us above. Here's the Great Northern Wall. Part of our exploration and quest take us above this, and you actually need to be partied with another player in order to access those areas. So some skills. Lieutenant Langmar. So I'm not quite ready for that yet. Looks like there's a quest over there. Do some map clearing here, though. And of course, this is one of the reasons why this one afternoon of in-game time took me about 2 months to complete. Also because of my my playstyle, I tend to grind out a bit. Again, harking back to the classic games of Wizardry Night of the Beholder, where you do a lot of exploring, a lot of experience grinding by fighting the same mobs and exploring the same regions over and over again in order to gain experience and level up to take on higher level mobs and areas. A group of bandits have been terrorizing Lakeside recently. They have grown so bold that they ambushed a royal tax collector. I guess that's right. And stole a chest full of gold. That gold is vital to our war effort against the Cha and must be recovered. You look like you could give those bandits bandits. I have a hard time pronouncing that. A good thrashing. Will you recover the stolen chest and then return it to Devona in Ashford for me? I get some items and some experience. Sure, you can count on me, Baron Egon. Sandra Ellick. some of the clever dialogue that the NPCs have been granted. Starter bow customized actually gives a yes, 20% damage bonus, but permanently binds the item to your character so you cannot trade it with another player. And again, if we have some crafting materials, we can have him make some unique items here, like the Rin Blade and the Kylo Axe of Fortitude. Yes, not yet ready to be judged. I believe that dude allows you to save some of your pre-searing titles to take with you. Something related to that. Once you leave pre-searing. And Prince Yurik. Never. Now, in the time frame of the game, the actual guild wars for which the game is named have just ended. Good old Sin, one of the main characters in the story of Guild Wars, so to speak. And that is the trial battle outside. Now, an interesting note, if you're a necromancer, you have a class-specific ability called hero titles, camps, selection, character here. My abilities. I forgot what the abilities key is. Those are our quest logs. But anyway, you have a class-specific ability called Soul Reaping. And when a creature near you dies, it actually gives you 1 point of energy. Thanks to Soul Reaping, or more points if you have a higher rank of Soul Reaping. So if you stand here, you actually get points for these guys, as I recall, or at least you used to. It might have changed. So the never-ending perpetual battle with Cha, yeah. Fortunately, they're a bit too far out for us to attack, and you can see we cannot bring our weapons out while we're in town anyway. So that looks like we've got all the quests that are available to us at this point in time. Okay, there it is, skills panel. Yes. So Beast Mastery, Expertise, Wilderness, and Marksmanship are the 4 attributes of the Ranger class. And Expertise is the class-specific one. So in the game, you actually choose a secondary profession, which is one of the 6 original professions, or of course, again, you if you have the other campaigns, one of those campaign-specific professions, but as your secondary profession. But doing so only gives you the 3 basic attributes. You do not get the class-specific attribute as your secondary profession. And each of the 8 classes has a class-specific attribute. Oh, there's one more. Nemar. run out of patience with me. I fear I'll be put out of my home. I understand if you'd rather not help a Crichton. Our nations were at war a long time, but I am not your enemy, and I could really use some assistance. My friend Miller Upton lives to the southwest. I know he'll help me if I can get a message to him. If you're going that way, could you tell him of my plight? Certainly. How could I refuse? So yes, as part of the Guild Wars, the nations of Ascalon and Kryta, located to the west of Ascalon, were at war. And the war just recently ended. I think you've always been there. So out we go into the first explorable area. Let's switch out bows here. That's not what it wants. Inventory. Here we go. So of course a starter bow, customized, it gets the 20% damage, but only 3 to 5 damage points. So even though we have no points yet, we will still get a little bit more damage and a little bit more benefit from using these things. So 15 to 28, 13 to 25, as you can see, not quite max stats as the cook play items were. But what should we start with? What do we want to start with? Poison duration, we don't have poison yet. Armor penetration, 20% chance. Energy -5. We don't want to quite do that yet, so we will do, why not start with the Ithis bow? So of course, each of these items has a unique look about it. This one always tended to be the one I used the most, even with the energy hit. I'd always have something else that where am I here? Where you can see you get armor that you can actually customize and add runes and insignias to, which would give you more energy. So, but for now, we will just start with the Ithis bow. And we will talk to Optimus the Ranger. We could, if we want to, summon our level 1 rather, Fire Imp. Again, same level as your character. But I don't think we need Fire Imp at the moment, so we will get rid of him by doing this. Yes, indeed, it is good to be a ranger. So what was that? War preparations? Did I complete? Yes, I completed war preparations. A message from a friend. I won't let you down. So again, experience, and now our first 2 skills we'll get for completing this one. A horde of scale down by the river road has been hunting human prey to feed to their queen. You must put an end to this. If you can get them to flee into the woods, should lead you right to her. Eliminate the scale queen and report back to me. Let's do it. Of course, this was my first exploration with my warrior out into the wild, and I couldn't figure out how to attack. Alright, do I? So I recall my first trip down this path, they actually didn't have scale, but there were worms that were popping out of the ground. So I had to highlight them and press space to start your basic attack. Took me a while to figure that out. Random dude walking. So they fled down here to the riverside. Oh, the good old tip window. Wow. Haven't seen that in quite some time. Do a little bit more exploration in a bit. There's no party members, so we can get rid of that. Let's remember, run down the path just at the time, of course, 2005, just how incredibly realistic game environment worked. It looked like. I mean, of course, comparatively speaking, having played mostly 2D games, you know, a couple 3D games here and there. It's just, I was just in awe of how the game looked. And it's still, I mean, it's still a very pretty game, even by today's standards. Our first skill, our heal, and our attack. So oops. I move them here, there we go. I tend to keep my heal to the far. Ooh, Halverston. See what Halverston has to tell us. Yes, I am the range, huh? Ashford and talk to Devona. She's bound to have a task or two for you. Yes, thank you. I will take your advice. So we're out here in Lakeside County. Of course, there's a quest marker, but if we head up here, I think, is it yet? Or, oh yes. I believe. You're Prince Rurik again. Let's see. There we go. As lovely as the day is long, you're a lucky man, Your Highness. Aye, that I am. And what of the blessed event? Have you set a date? No, but I've got a more pressing problem, believe it or not. What is it, my prince? It's Althea's birthday tomorrow, and I haven't a gift for her. I've searched the shops, the treasure room. I need something utterly unique and breathtaking, like Althea. Don't give it another thought, Your Highness. Leave it to me. You've served me well in trying times, Osric. And for that, you have my respect. If you can do this thing for me, you'll have my undying gratitude as yada yada yada. And now we get a quest. Very important mission for you, Zephyrin Falzol. The Princess Love Althea will celebrate her birthday tomorrow. The princess charged me with finding the perfect gift, one that is as unique and beautiful as Althea herself. What do you say? Can you help me? I think I can handle that. A gift for Althea, and I believe Lady Althea is right here. She is a mesmer trainer. Where can I learn more skills? Aha, ranger. ArenaNet is near the edge of the woods in Regent Valley. To reach Regent Valley, follow the road southwest from Ascalon City. Turn south across the bridge. Keep an eye out for signs that say Regent Valley, and you should be fine. Thanks. Mesbedden. Hello. Help y'all. Find a rogue, terrible creature, a menace to everyone coming to visit our humble theater. Here are some mesmer spells to assist you. So basically, this is a quest you would pick up when choosing your second profession, so we will wait until then. Let's focus on our primary profession to start with. Oh, we got something from over here. Nina the healer. Oh, and there's Gwen. Who go running around by themselves while I've already got my hands full resurrecting fallen soldiers without some novice ranger adding to the burden. Even though there are plenty of folks in Ascalon say you'd be perfectly happy to join them in their adventures, I'll tell you what, if you promised to venturing with an ally, I'll gladly give you a signet that can resurrect fallen party members. Sounds like a good idea. Of course, a tip on how to invite. Hey Gwen, where'd you go, Gwen? Why are you running, Gwen? Don't you want to talk to me? Hello, Gwen. I flew by the river, but there are lots of scary monsters there now. I don't know what to do. Can you maybe go and kill them and bring my flute back? Sure, I can do that, my little girl. Oh, she's going to follow me now. Alright, where are you going to follow me? Nope, I guess not. Sometimes she actually will follow you. So down here by the river somewhere, she said she left it. Just the water itself always amazed me. Ah, you see something over there. You have a broken flute. Oh dear. Right here, Gwen. Sure, yes, you may follow me, Gwen. Why, I don't know, because it could get a little dangerous from here. Where must we go? But we highlighted quest, further adventures. Down there. Gift for Althea. We have to find gifts. Adventure with an ally. Let's go pick up another player. The bandits are there. 4 lieutenants. And there. So down that way, shall we? Completed Gwen's flute, indeed. Oh, a red iris flower. Red iris flowers drop randomly all over Pre-Searing, as I recall. you can see, that drop was assigned to me. So one of the things that ArenaNet wanted to do was eliminate the problems of ninja looting and that kind of stuff. So with a party of adventurers, each piece of loot is assigned to a specific character or player's character, so you didn't have to fight over who got what. Oh, it flutes. Now I think Small Girl's Cave too. I think let's buy that. I think you can hear her playing. As I recall, she actually can heal you when she plays the flute. Alright, there's enough of Gwen. Let's head this way. It's like she's going to stick there, right? There's something here. Beautiful pearl. I wonder what we could use that for. Swarm OBs. Ah, gift for Althea. Hello, Mila. Looks like they're following me. And there we go. Swarm OBs taken care of. And we have our first quest reward. So this is two-handed, isn't it? Yes, okay. So I actually can't use an offhand. It won't do me any good. I can actually store it there as extra storage space, but I won't get any of the bonuses of the stats unless I choose a one-handed weapon. Reward accepted. Further adventures. I believe I just leveled up. Just let's see. Okay, I will see what he has to say. In the meantime, let's see. I've got one skill. I've got 5 unused skill points. So, let's see. Marksmanship and wilderness survival. So, expertise give me all your attacks rituals are decreased. So, decreases the energy cost, which is this here. Yes, again, when the game was originally released, you had to play through the PvE campaign to unlock things for PvP. That, of course, subsequently changed. So, wilderness survival, so we will want to pop a point there. Beast mastery and marksmanship. 2 points in there, so I have 1 point. I need 3 points to upgrade that. I need 2 points to upgrade that, so we will do expertise. So it doesn't change the base value of this, but when I do power shot, it won't cost me 10 energy anymore. There's somebody over here too who needs the pitney. So marking off my quest list every now and again. Surprise winning hog. Another little secret here to uncover. Well, we'll see if I can just do it myself. How's that? So now I've got to go chasing some hogs here. You're running the wrong way, hog. That's it. Get up there. So we've got, what, 2 in the pen, right? There's another one. Oh, you bum. Looks like you're gonna go the long way then, are you? No, wrong way, hog. Let's get you over there. Maybe take care of both of you at the same time. Get in there. Excellent. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 back in the pen. And there should be a 5th one. Oh, is that him there? Yes, there he is. Pig, you're going the wrong way. Oh, another one yet. That way, my little piggies. Come on, get in there, pig. And there we go. We got 5 in the pen. You get in there too. And we complete yet another quest. Why, thank you. You're all back safe and sound. Let me know if you find out who did this. And hey, we get 25 gold out of the deal. Not too bad. And that is repeatable as I recall. But it's random. Sometimes you'll come out here and they're not running around loose. Other times they are. Collector. He collects worn belts, and you can get some stuff there. But we have a quest here, I do believe. Acquire a bear pelt in Wizard's Folly. So we'll have to head down to Wizard's Folly at some point. Of course, we might actually make an attempt when we get the skill to tame a bear. That was one of the secrets of Pre-Searing as well. Very difficult, but you did have the possibility to make a bear your pet. Okay, so let's see what we got here. The worm problem. Fadden Hawthorne in the Devourer Cave, which is way over there. Okay. Bandit raid. Adventure with an ally. Gift for Althea. And something rumors. Let's head to Ashford Abbey first, then, huh? As I recall, also, let's see if it's there. I think it's there. I think I saw it. The spirits. Yes, there you go. A spirit hiding there. When you're outside the abbey. And we've made it to the abbey. See what Mirek has to say to us here. I'm on my way, Mirek. Brother Menlo, another one of the main players, and as you can see, the spirit is no longer there. And when the world rang with the clanging of swords and did fire fall from the skies, Duena, goddess of life and air, heard the wailings and pleas of the weak. And when the rumblings of war did not cease, came her charge Doric, who did prostrate himself at her feet. And cast she now a glance upon the war-torn lands and wasted flesh of the fallen, and with tears upon her cheek did lay her gentle hands upon the prostrate man. Then saith she unto him and all her charges, Lay down thy weapons, and as I have done unto ye, so ye must do for your brethren. Offer protection to the weak, give solace and shelter to those who need it, be ye a salve to the wounded. For I am your goddess, and I will give blessings to all who follow these teachings. Scriptures of Dwayna 115 before the Exodus. And of course Dwayna is the patron god of the monk class, the healer. Again, healing spell, so again, monk class trainer. And there are the catacombs, the famous catacombs that you can only reach in Pre-Searing Ascalon. But again, I don't want to spoil too many, at least too many spoilers anyway. Okay, I can map travel quick back to Ascalon City. Let's do that. Unsettling rumors. Armin Saberlin, where are you at? Okay, you're down there. Let me see that. This is grave news indeed. I hope he's mistaken about this. Dwayne to protect us if this information is accurate. If such a thing is even possible, then King Adalbern has ordered this offensive against the Char not a moment too soon. We must not lose this fight. I tell you, we must not lose this fight. Excellent. And here, secondary profession. Take on second profession before you face the Char, right? Access to all the skills and most of the attributes of that profession. This is a big decision not to be taken lightly. You might wish to see trainers for several professions and learn a little something about them before settling on one, which is a good idea. Not just any trainer can teach you a second profession, but I can direct you if need be. I would like a second profession. Thank you. Warrior. Thanks, I'll be on my way. How about Ranger? I'm already a Ranger. How about Monk? Brother Menlo, we met previously. So, on my first playthrough with my warrior, I did not realize that you could actually take all the quests provided by those trainers and get the relevant experience for completing those quests. So I ended up heading right for Brother Menlo and picking Monk and missed out on the experience of those other refresher training quests. Now let's see, I believe, yes, we've got some more quests here. Orion has fallen in with the Royalists. Wicked, just reckless and impulsive. Expelled him from the academy. He became embittered towards the army, but I don't think he realized how serious this is. I want him to throw his life away for foolish pride. Do you think you could find him, tell him what I said, perhaps convince him to come home? I don't know exactly where he is. Imagine Relina Stormbringer and foibles fair. Might okay. I'll try to bring your brother home. Baron Egan with another quest for us. The Poison Devourer. Well, the town has always been a source of danger to the people of Lakeside, but they have learned to be vigilant to defend themselves from the beast. Unfortunately, I've been hearing recently of a new sort of devourer with a poisonous sting. I'd like you to find one of these creatures, kill it, and take the stinger to Brother Menlo. You can count on me. Up here. Anybody else over here? Oops. Yes, Prince Rurik, indeed. Thanks for that tip. Running through the gates, they must be stopped at all costs. Meet me at the gates just outside of town on Lakeside. What say you? Will you help me drive these car? Yes, my prince, I'm with you. Anything from Sin? Nope. Nobody there. Him. And we have our first ally here. Let's invite Marin Annesley to the party. Thank you, Marin, for joining us to help us complete this quest. Grawl sort of north from the woods into Lakeside County. If they are not stopped, the village will surely be destroyed, so we must fight these creatures to protect the people of Ashford. Coordinate your efforts with Devona. I will stop the Grawl. First things first. Let's go complete adventure with an ally, shall we? Marin, of course, wearing one of the costumes and using one of the Coke Play type items. Let's accept. Thank you. Resurrection signets. There we go. Oh, Gwen again. What have we got there, Gwen? You're gonna follow me, and as you can see, she still has her flute. Okay, we've got that one completed. So we'll pop back in town and let Marin be on her way. You gonna follow me again, Gwen? Thanks for the suggestion. Of course, we will meet up with Marin later on. What's on your mind? Oh, yes, right. You know what? I don't want to give him that yet. I think we need to find 3 things for that quest. Just have to remember where they all are. Regent Valley, Ashford Abbey. Of course, I've got to decide what I'm going to do, because I will do the one I picked last. Which of the 6 professions do I want as my secondary profession? That's interesting. Well, I guess I'll complete some of these side quests first. Oh, you know what? Bandit, wait. Let's go pick up Marin real quick. I think she's still waiting for us inside Ascalon. So we don't necessarily want to screw up Marin's progression with Gwen. As you'll see later on in our series, Gwen now has the flute, of course, but there are other things we can also give her that she will maintain. But if you are party with somebody who's already given her that stuff, it, I believe, robs you the opportunity to give her that stuff and eventually get a secret item from her, as I recall. Oh, Marin's a secondary ranger. And she has her pet, Willie. As you can see, something dropped, but that is specifically assigned to Marin. Oh, but her inventory's full, are you? You've got all sorts of special stuff. Now, it's not vital anyway. You could actually, you know what you could do? Can you drop something? Drop, you can pick that up. Little trick here, in case you want to give something to somebody. Either trade it directly or... and it is now no longer assigned, and now I can pick that up. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. You notice the pet was not attacking is because she was using her skills directly. You have to actually start your basic attack first, and then your pet will attack the target you're attacking. I think this is where you go, right? Yes. As we watch here. Now the pet will attack. We have a hidden stash. Hold on to the victory tokens for the time being. Victory tokens are a Canthan holiday event drop item. So Marin has one free slot in her inventory. These guys are too low a level to automatically aggro now. See a wolf flare in the distance. Unfortunately, that is not tameable. Gold is shared equally among your party if you have, you actually do have a party member. There's Moa Bird, that is tameable. Of course I cannot attack if I'm holding the bundle, although I can heal myself. Of course I can drop the bundle and attack, but no need, I have an ally with me. Who, of course, is running much faster because she's not carrying the bundle. Except, yes. Trouble in the woods. Wait. I guess we're going to do this one, though. Now, a little trick here was to get somebody, if you had a partner, to get them to walk down this path. And you can actually body block that char there and kill him. Fortunately, though, I set the quest off before I was ready to do that. Oh, I'm dead. Didn't even notice I was dying. Still attack as long as her last foe is around. So let's see if Marin can get down there and body block him real quick. Oh, she's shooting the spirit. Oh well. We tried, we tried. Oh, we are all filled up on space now too, aren't we? We'll have to go sell some things at a vendor. I don't know where'd you go. Oh, did she run away on us? Not have enough room in inventory. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Locked up there a moment. So that's one we won't necessarily need. Actually, I probably could have summoned him too to help us out. Oh well. It is what it is. So what was that trouble in the woods we completed? Teeth for Ashford Abbey. It is especially generous to the church, and I suspect it's an attempt to intercept this donation. Yes, I will do what I can, and I get a skill point. Nice. Opposition to the king. Indeed I shall. Spend our attribute points. So we'll bump up, so we got 5, so we'll bump up wilderness survival and marksmanship. And of course it changes the numbers in green. So I think that was it here. Right indeed. Oh, can't get down that way, can we? See, the hogs are still inside. But there was something up here, wasn't there? was something around here. Let's see. Hit the Alt key to light things up here. Striders. They're called striders. I could have swore there's a feather or something here. I was wrong. Let me look this way then. One of the other things that ArenaNet did in these explorable zones is that there are no respawns. Once you kill a bad guy, they don't respawn until you leave the area and come back through one of the portals. Ah, we got something over here. The healing spring. Sounds like fun indeed. Oh, my inventory is full. Alright, we'll just drop the holy rod then. And let's head into Ashford so we can sell some stuff. Collect seeds, thank you. Another iris flower, of course. We'll have to let this one bypass us. Although, you know what? Want plenty of things to pick up and sell. Anything for us? Down in here? I don't think there's anything down in there. Yeah, there's a merchant. There he is. Let's sell our bull hammer, a break hammer, our shaman gear, divine symbol, unidentified. Well, we'll want to identify this stuff first, because if you identify it, it actually becomes worth more. That's all this stuff we are certainly not going to need. This hero. I don't think I can sell that starter bow, can I? No, it's worthless. So let's get rid of that. We won't need this for the moment. Won't need that for the moment. We'll hold on to this because I think we will need it even with Marin's help. That's our quest item. That's our quest item. We do not want to get rid of those. Red iris flower. Various drops. Identified in our quest rewards here. Identified Warhammer Fortitude. These things here, I believe, are our quest rewards. Don't really see anything I might use, but then again, yeah, because if I'm going to use a bow, it's two-handed. I can't use any offhands. And a hammer is generally for a warrior primary profession. So let's sell him. As much as I am a hoarder, just can't hold on to this stuff. We'll have to pick up an ID kit so we can identify that stuff. Miss Mare has one? No? Okay. Well, there we have it. I think we will call this an episode. And we'll pick up in pre-searing next week. Hopefully, I hope to make these weekly episodes, at least for the next year or so, and see how things go. Anyway, this is our premiere episode of the Tyrian Adventures, featuring Zephyrin Falzor and many guest appearances by friends. As you can see, we still have a lot of exploring and questing to do in Pre-Searing Ascalon. And this is just the tutorial area. So, next week I will see you. We will pick up where we left off right here. I will see you in game. This is BJ Waller saying, thanks for watching.